Chapter 10 deals with inheritance. Inheritance is a relationship. So think of it like a parent-child. So we are in inheritance. So inheritance, like it means, is you inherit, you get something from your parent. So in Java, we use the words, let's do it this way, super class, which basically is our parent class. And then we also have the subclass, which is the child class. Or the subclass inherits or gets things from the superclass. So with this in mind, what happens is, even though we're getting some information from here, this can also do its own thing as well, and it can have its own methods. So it inherits the methods from its parent, but it can also have its own. So let's look at a few examples. So we're going to do one that is called the graded activity. So we're going to say a class that holds a grade. That holds a grade for a graded activity. That's what we are doing. Let me put that there. So for inheritance, it looks exactly the same as that we're used to. Class graded activity. And then here we just define everything like normal. It only is when we get to the another class that is where we get the inheritance, and I'll explain that when we get there. So double score, and this is to hold a numeric score. And then now we have the set score method sets the score field at param s the value to store in score. So public void set score double s score equals s. And then now we are going to have the get score method returns the score. So at return the score to return. So public double get score return score. Okay, and now we want to get the letter grade. So we want to do get grade.
At this time, students should be in their third block
Returns
class
the
cafeteria. Again,
letter
be
grade.
in their third block class or in the cafeteria.
At return the letter grade. So we're going to say public char get grade. And then this one's a little simpler. We're just going to say char letter grade because we're only returning a single character. So we're going to say if the score is greater than or equal to 90, we're going to say letter grade equals A. So I'm going to copy this. And then we're going to just paste it and then write our keywords. Else if 80 B. I don't know why it does that. 70 C. 60 D. And then else letter grade equals F. And then now outside of all this, I want to return the letter grade. Okay, and this is our setting up our graded activity that we're going to actually use for multiple things. So let's save this. So sure, I'm going to just save this on here. So I'm just going to put graded activity. Save it. Okay. New file. Java. And now we are going to show a demonstration. Actually, I'm going to skip that one, and we're just going to go to this. So this class determines the grade for a final exam. So we're going to say public class final exam extends graded activity. So that keyword extends refers to inheritance. So it says our final exam class will get everything that we just did in this graded activity class. So now that we wrote extends, we have access to set the score, and get a letter grade. We have access to all that information, plus whatever new stuff we want to do with the final exam. So we're going to say private int num questions. So this is number of questions for the exam. Private int, or private double points each. So points for each question. Private int num missed. And this is questions missed. So here we're going to say for our constructor, it sets the number of questions on the exam and the number of questions missed at param questions, the number of questions. At param missed, the number of questions missed. Public final exam, int questions, int missed. So with inheritance, everything works the same as before. It's just this is the keyword. Extends, and then whatever the name of our superclass is. So double numeric score. And then now I want to set the num questions to questions and num missed to missed. Okay, so I'm going to say num questions equals questions. Num missed equals missed. Now I want to calculate the points for each question. So points each equals 100.0 divided by the number of questions that there were, and the numeric score equals 100.0 minus the questions missed times points each. And then now we want to call the inherited set score method to set the score. So we're going to say set score numeric score. Okay, that's it for our constructor. So now we want to say the get points each method returns the number of points each question is worth. So at return, the value in the points each field. So here we're just going to say public double get points each, return points each. And then lastly, we have our get num missed method returns the number of questions missed. So at return, the value in the num missed field. Public int get num missed. Wasn't supposed to be a square bracket. Was supposed to be some curly braces. And now it's all being jacked up. There we go. Okay, cool. Return no missed. Okay, save this. And this one here was final exam. Final exam saved. Now we need to do one more. And this is going to be where we have our running it, so we can show you what happens. So import javax.swing.jOptionPane. Okay, so this program demonstrates the final exam class, which extends the graded activity class. So public class final exam demo, public static void main string args, string input, then int questions, and missed. So I want to get the number of questions on the exam. So input equals jOptionPane.show input dialog. How many questions are on the final exam? Then we're going to say questions equals double dot parse double, pass through our input, and boom, bada bing. Gotta copy this, gotta paste this, and how many questions were missed on the final exam. And then we're just going to change this to say missed. And that's it. Now, I want to create a final exam object. So we're going to say final exam. And I'm going to call this exam. New final exam. Passing through our questions and missed into that class. And now I want to display the test results. So I'm going to say jOptionPane.show message dialog null comma, and we're going to say each question is worth plus exam.get points each plus, and then I'm going to come over because I'm running out of room. I'm going to say points /n. The exam score is plus exam.get score plus /n the, let's just put this on its own line. There we go. The letter grade is exam.getGrade. Now, what's happening here is, remember this get score? It's not located in here. We don't actually get the score. That's part of this graded activity right here. So because we inherit, even though we created this as the object, we are inheriting everything from this graded activity so that we can use it in this demo. So now let's write system.exit0. Save this as final exam demo. And let's run it. Okay. Type mismatch cannot convert from double to int. Oh, aha, integer. Parse int. I made a boo-boo. There we go. It did not like that at all. Final exam cannot be resolved to a type. Okay. Method.getGrade is undefined. Okay, need to put a plus right there. Let's run this again. Okay, final exam cannot be resolved to a type, line 15. So it does not like this. So I've had luck in the past writing final exam. Exam equals new final exam questions missed. Just rewriting it all has helped in the past. Okay, let's do this. I think it took it as a plain text. Let's save that. Okay, need to do the same thing for here. It didn't save it. It just saved it as plain text. It didn't save it as a Java file. Okay, now okay, let's do this. How many questions are on the final exam? Let's rerun this. Okay, so run it. How many questions are on the final exam? 90. How many questions were missed? Oh, they missed 35. So each question is worth 1 point. The exam score is that, so they got a D. And that is the basics of inheritance.